Ready for your UKPW crash course? Let's start with the big one. What is UKPW? United Kingdom Pro Wrestling is a family-friendly wrestling organisation based in the southeast of England. Through the years, UKPW has hosted dozens of events throughout the Kent County, travelling from Gillingham to, well, even up to London. There are 3 official championships the wrestlers of UKPW vie for: the tag team titles, the inter-regional title, and the biggest of them all, the UKPW Championship. Long-time UKPW fans may recall a 4th championship title too, but more about that later. I've got to tell you about an exciting development in this title department. Brand new to the world of United Kingdom Pro Wrestling is the Women's Championship. 8 wrestlers will compete in a tournament set for late 2021, adding one more prize to the top tier. Hundreds of pro wrestlers have graced the UKPW wrestling ring over the years, but let's shine a spotlight on some of the most important players of all. Let's start with the most popular wrestler at UKPW, Alexander Roth. Known by fans as the Wolf of Broad Street, his dangerous combination of high-flying and hard-hitting moves makes him a formidable adversary. Roth is a former tag team champion, as well as the man with the most UKPW title defences in history. In fact, no champion held the title longer than the Wolf of Broad Street until his historic reign was finally ended by this man, Dow Jones. Easily identified by his fluorescent top hat and tassels, couples obnoxious behaviour with underhanded tactics and cunning. He's held titles in the past, even inventing one of his own for the sake of flaunting his wealth, which long-time UKPW fans no doubt recall with a degree of contempt. Through the years, he's suffered the boos and jeers of even UKPW's youngest fans. But Dow Jones must be taken seriously now that he's got the UKPW Championship around his ample waist. The proud title holder of UKPW's Inter-Regional Championship is the wildly popular Buff Broadside. Known for his infectious charisma and colourful presentation, a horrific injury pushed Buff into semi-retirement years ago, and he faithfully served UKPW as a sheriff. Yep, a sheriff. This meant that Buff made the matches and enforced the rules, but given enough time, he's at last stepped between the ropes and proven he is a force to be reckoned with. And we can't go any further without discussing the business. The tag team of Hitman Gabriel Myers and Mr. Clean Anton Green. They've risen up through the ranks to become the top tag team in UKPW, and they've got the gold to prove it. Together, the business represents the perfect blend of speed and strength, of youth and experience. This tandem has blazed a path to the top of the tag team division and delivered a trouncing to former champions Dow Jones and Fentos, en route to taking the titles for themselves. And what of Fentos? Fentos bills himself as the mathematical saviour. This crafty grappler delights in not only schooling fellow wrestlers on the mat, but schooling the children in the audience in the ways of arithmetic as well. Fentos brings brains and brutality to the equation, and he'll boast about both to anyone willing to listen. Fighting his way to the top of UKPW is the lovable Maverick Mayhew, who takes the squared circle with stunning quickness and clear determination to be the very best. But the competition is fierce, as the Trash Man sports an impressive CV of wrestling accolades and wants to be the first in line for a crack at the championship title. The hard-earned reputation of Ashmore makes him one all fans need to watch carefully. He's consistently inventing new moves, leaving his opponents confounded, while this bearded wrestling warrior has won the big belt in the past, he'll have to defeat UKPW's finest to reclaim the top of the mountain in 2021. The UKPW family is more than just the wrestlers. There's referee Martin Raymondson too. He's been known to get physically involved when the action gets out of control, and at UKPW it often does. And one of the many unique features of our live cards is the in-house commentary provided by the duo of Ross and Cross, also known as the mouthpiece from the Southeast, Kieran Cross, and his longtime broadcast partner, Ross Briffett. Now that you know where we've been, let's talk about where we're going next. An impressive array of new additions to the UKPW roster have just arrived, such as Mike Bird, the head trainer at Catch 22, What Culture's own Simon Miller, the powerhouse of big wavy Roy Johnson, and also flying in, the heavily acclaimed Top Gun Tommy Kyle. And there are long-time favourites hitting the ring again, such as David Francisco, Charles Crowley, Theodore Powers, Kieran Donnelly, Harry Sefton, Smashing Mike. There are so many more, and we haven't even mentioned the debuting young lions from the Catch 22 Pro Wrestling School. And with the advent of a brand new women's division, well, 2021 is shaping up to be the perfect time to join us at UKPW. Everything old is new again, making for an ideal starting point for new fans to jump on board. 5 shows in 5 different locations. Battle of the Bay in Herne Bay. UKPW Medway, press start at the Lordswood Leisure Centre. UKPW Canterbury, a grappler's tale at the Northgate Centre. UKPW Faversham, tables, ladders and scares at the Alexander Centre. And topping it off at the spiritual home of UKPW, UKPW Falconwood, straight out of Falconwood. Tickets are available right now for these new events with limited seating for obvious reasons. Pro wrestling is back on tour with live audiences, and we want to see your face at UKPW. Tickets will go quickly, so purchase the early bird specials before we sell out. There's no guarantee we'll be able to add more seats. You've seen wrestling on television, now experience the action live, because it's only live once.